Icelocked here with Nocturne Gaming, and today we're taking a look at Caravan Island. Once you arrive on Caravan Island, you'll see a dock area like this, as well as a cliffside with a ton of caravans that are just all over the place. But there's a few things we'll need before we get started on this island. First is you'll need some sort of a weapon to fight a white screecher, and I really recommend having a bow and arrows as it's the easiest way to take care of it. It does have less health than a normal screecher, but it has the same mechanics. After that, you'll need one explosive powder to be used later in the guide, but we'll get to that in a minute. I also recommend having plenty of food and water, as it can take you quite some time to be able to complete this island. But let's go ahead and get started here, and we're going to head forward and take a left on the dock. We're looking for this yellow building here with the port office written on it, and this first part, which is a battery charger part, we'll go ahead and pick up. And from here, we'll head directly into the island. Straightforward, you'll find your first set of staircases that we're going to head up, turn completely around, and go up this blue ladder here. From here, we're going to cross over 2 caravans. Make sure you don't fall in the gaps there, and onto this wooden pallet. From here, we want to go up one more ladder here and head towards this last staircase. We're now at our first puzzle of Caravan Island, and this is where we can start getting the pieces we need for the zip line. So the water pump puzzle is basically trying to make water go all the way through these pipes down to the bottom, and we'll show you that. So you need to pump the water here and pay attention to where the water goes, as we need this pipe at the bottom to be able to catch that water for us. So this is rotated just like your furniture is, and we want it slightly off to the side here, and that will allow you to start catching the water. We may need to fine tune this, but we'll get back to that in a minute. Here's the second piece we need to rotate, and we want this to face down and a little bit to the right to be able to go into the spout at the bottom. We have one more pipe piece that we need to line up, and it's at the very bottom here, and we want this one to be all the way against the side, so against the wood on the bottom here, facing towards the spout to pick up the water, and we're trying to fill up that well there. So let's head back up top, following the same path here. We're going to go up the blue ladder, across the caravans again, onto the pallet, and up your couple of stairs and ladders here. So we're back up here at the water here, and we can start pumping the water. And if you look down at the bottom, you should be able to see it going into that pipe down there, and that means everything's working properly. I do need to fine tune this a little bit, so we'll be back in just a minute. Alright, so I have my pipes fine-tuned here, and now the next step is to pump our water at least 4 times to be able to fill up the well at the bottom. It may take more depending on how well you have the pipes lined up, but pumping it about 6 times should be able to fill it as long as any water is going into the well. From here, we're going to head back to the bottom and over to the well here, and if it's filled up, you'll be able to pick up your first zip line part here. So moving on to our next section, we are going to follow the same path going back up until we get to the wooden pallet. So we can go up the ladders. And once we're at the wooden pallet, we want to go over to this broken staircase here. And we do need to climb up here, so the easiest way to do this is to hug the wall and jump and climb up until you're on top of the stairs. Once you're up at the top here, it is worth mentioning you may start getting attacked by the screecher at this point, and you can go ahead and take care of it now if that's the case, but if not, you will be fighting it in just a few minutes. So from here, we are going to go back towards the back of the island and up this set of 3 stairs here. We're going to take a right turn and go up the next set of stairs, and then 1 ladder to go up, and here is your second battery charger part here. From here, we are going to go back down the ladder and back down 1 set of staircases and go across this small wooden bridge here until we're in this circle of caravans here. Next, we're going to head up to where the sign says canned goods, and immediately to the left, we'll see a ladder to go up top. So we'll go up top and cross the rooftops here and up this blue ladder, and we have our third battery charger part. This is another area that we may start getting attacked by the white screecher, but if not, we can head back down the ladder. And it looks like I am getting attacked by the white screecher, so I'm going to go ahead and take care of this bird with a couple of arrows, and we'll be back in just a minute once the bird is taken care of. Alright, so we have our white screecher taken care of, and we're going to continue on with a guide. So you're going to jump down from here, and we are heading up this large wooden bridge now. Once you're up top, we're going to head inside this building, and this is more of to take note where everything is at this point, because this is where we'll build our zipline tool once we can get all of the parts together in a little while. But from here, we're going to head outside, and we're going to head on top of the roof here. This is mostly to get a good vantage point of where we're going next, and we can either go across this wooden bridge here or across this metal rope here. So to go across the metal rope, you can simply jump down and walk across this rope. As long as you don't fall, you won't take any damage, and it's the easiest way to get onto the next island. From here, we're going to be crossing over this island towards that red canister in the distance, and going towards the right is the easiest way, as you can also pick up some dirt and other things for some more loot on the island. Once you're at the red canister, this is where we need our explosive powder, and we just feed a single explosive powder into it, and that will launch the rocket. Pay attention to where the rocket is going, as this tells us where we're heading next, as that item is parachuting down. So we'll head over towards the side, and we're going to be heading into the water now. The easiest way to do this is simply to climb down the wall or wall surf into the water. But once you get here, be careful of the pufferfish underwater, as they can deal quite a bit of damage to you if you're not careful. Head over to the second caravan here. There's a crate for you if you want to pick it up, and jump up on top of the roof, and from there onto the rocks. A couple more jumps up will get you on top of the rocks, and we're going to be crossing over this wooden bridge now. From here, we want to jump on top of this tire and stand as close to the roof as you can to be able to jump on top, and then up a couple more ladders to get to our into the first section here, which is where we can pick up our blueprint for the zipline part, and we can also pick up the Major Tom doll as well as the blueprint for the firework. After this, we're going to turn directly around, and we're heading back into the water. We're aiming towards the right side of the cliff here, so we'll jump in the water. We're going to hug along the wall here until we get to a beach. And once you're at the beach, you're in another section of the island where there is a ton of caravans. There's a lot of loot in these different caravans in the cabinets and drawers. So if you want to spend the time exploring, it can be worth it. But from here, we want to head around the island towards the backside, and again, hugging the wall. And once you're on this section of the island, we want to head forward until we see a bicycle with a pipe leading into the water. At this point, we are going to follow the pipe in the water, and it may be worth having an oxygen bottle, as it can really help you get to the areas a little bit easier, but it's not required. So if you don't have one, don't worry, you can make it to the air pockets. In this section, there are a ton of pufferfish around, but if you just continue swimming, you should not be attacked by them. But if you do, avoid the poison cloud, as each poison cloud can take about half your health away. This is our first air pocket, which we can refill our oxygen bar, and then we can continue our journey. Just continue following the pipe down until we get to our second air pocket in just a minute. And this building is our second air pocket, so we can go ahead and refill our oxygen bar. Keep in mind that you don't actually have to follow the pipe directly. As long as you can see where it's going, that's just the path we're going to take. So head on down to the bottom, and the shipping container at the bottom is where we're heading. Once you get to the bottom, head inside the shipping container and go ahead and fill up your oxygen bar again. After this, we're going to dip back underwater to pick up the infirmary key, as well as another zipline part for us and the blueprint for the metal detector. From here, we're going to make sure our oxygen is filled all the way back up, and we're going to follow the pipeline back up to the top and stopping at our air pockets along the way. Alright, once you're back on dry land and you found your bicycle again, we can move on to the next step. From here, we're going to head straight forward and jump up on top of this caravan roof to be able to jump across onto the dry land again and head up the stairs, up a couple of ladders here on the caravan, and up some more stairs. We are heading back towards the tower in the middle of the island, and our goal is to be able to build our zip line now. From here, cross the wooden bridge, make sure you don't fall in the gaps, and head up the stairs towards the top of the tower. One last ladder to go up, and then we're heading inside this caravan here to be able to build our zipline tool. At this stage, when you use your zipline parts, it will unlock 2 blueprints for you for the zipline tool as well as the zipline, and it will give you a zipline that you should equip to your character's slots here, as this will allow you to use the ziplines. From here, we're going to head back outside and take a left and up the ladder onto the roof again. Take an immediate left, and we're heading towards the building with the green infirmary sign there. So we'll need to use the zip line. Make sure you jump off the zip line at the very end, otherwise it's a long fall and then you've got to climb all the way back up. From here, head forward, and we are going to that building there, but be wary of these pigs on the ground, as they have the same mechanics as the warthogs on earlier islands and can deal quite a bit of damage if you're not prepared. Cross over this wooden bridge here and head inside this caravan. Take a left turn, and we are trying to go up this ladder right here. And then we're going inside this next caravan. This will use your infirmary key. And once you're inside, take an immediate left, and what we need here is the mayor's chest key. After this, we're heading back towards the tower and just follow the same path that you used to get here. Again, being careful of the warthogs. And now we're going back to the tower using the zip line again. And from here, up the ladder again. Up one more ladder. And now we're going towards the right, towards the mayor's house. We're going to use our zip line to ride over there again. Jumping off at the end and head straight forward. Take a 180-degree turn and head inside the building here. Once you're inside the building, we're almost done, but there's a few things to pick up. First is a mayor's hat, which is a decorative hat that you can use. And you can also build your battery charger blueprint here. and that will unlock the blueprint and allow you to research it at the research table. And one last item to pick up, which is this mayor's chest, which will use your mayor's chest key. Inside is the blueprint for the engine controls and the coordinates for Tangaroa. That pretty much wraps up Caravan Island. But to get back to your raft, you need to head outside, and the easiest way is simply using zip lines to get home. So ride the zip line down, up a couple of ladders here, and one more zip line back to the main island. At this point, it's simply climbing down through all of the caravans and getting back to your raft. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying this type of content, and a huge shout out to our Patreon members that support the work we do. Thank you from all of us here at Nocturne Gaming. If you would like to become a patron and get some added benefits, check out the link in the description. If you have any thoughts, comments, or questions, please leave them down below for me, and we'll see you next time.